Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. We're so glad that you joined us. So today we're doing a special reading around the Lionsgate portal, this really exciting time of the year where the veil is so very thin that we can receive downloads, bursts of inspiration, revelations, epiphanies about why we are here, what our destiny is, what our life could look like if we would allow ourselves to put the fears to the side for a moment and take action towards what our heart truly desires. So this is a really exciting time. I really do suggest that you watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. And the reason is that the activation is actually going to happen in your rising sign. And so that is where you will feel the biggest amount of inspiration or revelation. Your sun sign represents your ego, those fears that may come up to help prevent you, or will try to prevent you from taking action on your inspiration. Okay, now just keep in mind that your ego is only here to try to keep you safe. Your ego doesn't like change. So sometimes we can kind of misinterpret our ego, those fears that are popping up, with our intuition or an idea that this isn't really meant for us. But when you receive this inspiration, when those fears come up, really allowing yourself to take a look at those and recognize, is this really a fear that I have, or is this, fear is more of a sense of anxiety where your intuition is a very calm knowing. Okay, and that's how you can tell the difference. And then watching your moon sign will help you to also recognize how this will impact you emotionally, because your moon rules your emotions. Now, Cancer, this is happening in your second house of values and self-esteem, how you see yourself, and how you perceive the world to see you. Okay, so this can have a lot to do with your self-confidence, about what you like, the perception that you like to put out to the world, those material things that you like to own. So there's a good chance that you will have some type of inspiration, revelation, epiphany. It could come through a dream, it could come through somebody else. It's just this momentary glimpse that you will have of what legacy or what you could do, a burst of confidence, okay, that will help you to take action towards something that you'd really like to do. Whereas other times of the year, your fears may block you. It's going to give you this burst of self-confidence, which is really important sometimes in order to get over our sense of fears, anxieties of how the world sees us, right? So we're going to take a look first at the overall energy. We'll get started with that, and then we'll go to the tarot to get some more details about how you can use this exciting Lionsgate portal energy to have some of your dreams and manifestations come true for you. All right, so let's take a look first at the overall energy. We have chameleon spirit, act as if, and rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Okay, so the energy that I'm getting here is that sometimes when we're trying to make a change in our life, or we're trying to put ourselves out there a little bit differently, right? Trying to level up to the next level. So that could be in your workplace. Maybe you're trying to get a promotion, or perhaps you're trying to, attract in new relationships into your life, or something like that. Part of it is that you have to align your energy, yourself, to what it is that you are wanting. Okay, so if you're concentrating on what you don't have, or what is not coming in your life, right, then you're going to get more of that lack. But if you act as if you already have that promotion, right? You already have whatever it is that you're trying to bring in the material sense, or even acting as if you have the confidence to go after what you want. Okay, all of a sudden you kind of align to that energy. This is a little bit of that old energy of dress for success, right? It was back in the 90s, I think 80s or 90s. And it was the mentality of, if you wanted the position that was above you, so you wanted like your job's boss, right? You would dress not exactly maybe like your boss, right? But you would wear clothing for the level above you. You wouldn't dress like your peers. You would try to stand out and look like the position that you are wanting. This is that same type of energy, because what it does is it actually puts you into that energy. When you dress the part, okay, let's just say that you dress the part of the position that you want, you actually show up in a different energy. Okay, it's, you may say, well, that's kind of fake. It's not fake if that's something that you want, right? That you're putting yourself into the energy of something that you want. And that's exactly what this is, okay? So it's also, let's say you wanted to really start some new health regime or exercise regime, right? Instead of wearing it's exercise, okay? Instead of wearing the same tattered old gym clothes that you have, you would go out and purchase a couple of outfits, maybe even just one, right, of a gym outfit of something that you would like to wear down the line. Now, you may have to buy it in your size or something like that, right? But you would start dressing the way that you want in order to attract in that energy, okay, of having that wanting to go to the gym and work out, right? To have that motivation, to put yourself into that position. So I really like this energy, because I feel as if perhaps you may be on the precipice. It's something that you've been wanting to, a change that you've been wanting to make in your life, a risk going towards something that you really want, but you have lacked a little bit of the self-confidence to take that risk, right? Even buying new gym clothes. Maybe you haven't gone to the gym in a while, right? And you're like, you pull out your old gym clothes and you're like, oh my goodness, I just don't even want to be seen out in public in these, right? And just going and purchasing a new outfit, okay? Or even a new pair of shoes. I always say a new pair of shoes will change your energy. And you go out and you purchase a new outfit or a pair of shoes, and then you feel more apt to go to the gym, to get back into an exercise regime. Yeah, so it's really about kind of stepping into that energy. Now, I'm going to say a love is kind of showing up here, and a relationship, something that is loyal to your heart. So if it's in a relationship, it's aligning yourself to those traits that you are looking for in a relationship, okay? Whether it's romantic or a friend or whatever, it's kind of like you have to align yourself to the type of person that you're trying to attract, because like attracts like. So if you are wanting to bring in somebody that enjoys the outdoors, you wouldn't go and spend a lot of time at the movies. You would find a hiking club, right? Or you would, go to your local park and just walk around. You would do activities that are outside, so that you could become more aligned with people that enjoy time outside. So it's just shifting, making a little bit of a shift. And I feel like perhaps it's just been a little bit of your self-confidence, because this is happening in your house of self-esteem. It could just be a little bit of your self-confidence that has been holding you back. All right, and Cancer, I also want to add, I do personal readings, and I have a special Lionsgate reading up for you right now. So if this is resonating for you and you'd like a more personalized version, you can check that out in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, so let's first take a look at how this activation is going to occur for you. Okay, there's something that you are wanting to imagine, kind of like you're imagining expanding your sense of people that you either work with, okay, or you socialize with, or bringing people back together that maybe haven't been together in a while. Okay, you're having this revelation, inspiration, epiphany about how people could work better together. This could be even a new group that you want to start, or a group that you would like to join. It's almost like I want to expand the people in my life, the relationships in my life. But here's the thing, you have deception, right? There's a little bit of energy here where you're having to clean out perhaps people or the mindset that people are, when they get together, look at, there's 3 here and there's 3 here, that when people get together and there's 3s, somebody is always left out. There's something about maybe having to clear that out. I see, you receiving some revelation, inspiration about perhaps a situation where maybe you feel left out, how that could come back together, or you're understanding why you have not allowed yourself to put yourself out there into situations where you could become part of groups again because of something that deceived you in the past, a person or a situation that deceived you in the past. For some of you, this could be family, okay? Because there is some family energy here. It could be a family situation where you feel like you have been the one left out, okay? But when you're concentrating on feeling left out, okay, it's hard to either bring that energy back together, or it's hard to meet new people, however that may apply for you. It's understanding, okay, if I am acting as if people deceive me or get deceptive in groups, okay, then that's what you're going to attract. Understanding that you're a chameleon at this time, that what you are, the energy that you have, the way that you're showing up in relationships is what you are going to attract. So it's understanding, okay, I have to allow anything of, holding me back from actually stepping into new relationships or reuniting with people. Okay, I have to allow that to come back. Yeah, because this is helping you. Look at this. It's helping you to balance out any energy where you have felt perhaps a little left out, rejected, abandoned. You're willing to either offer this cup of love, okay, or you're willing to allow yourself to open your heart to new relationships, however that might apply in your situation. Or you're willing to, if somebody reaches out to you, because an Ace of Cups could be a new beginning, somebody wanting to reach out to you, whether that's someone from the past or a new person. Okay, it's all right. I'm going to allow myself to be aligned to that. I'm going to put myself in this energy. I'm going to align myself to the idea of expanding my horizons and allowing love back into my life. What a beautiful energy, because, it's kind of a little bit like you could have a little bit of a momentary glimpse. You could be walking down the street, for instance, and say, you see a couple down the street and you see the love between the two of them. And all of a sudden you're kind of like, yes, that's what I want for myself, right? It's kind of interesting because I had a little bit of a revelation. I really, when it happened, I thought, oh, this is the Lionsgate the energy coming through. I was walking down the street. I was walking my dog Maggie, and there was a neighborhood couple that are about my age, and they were out front, and her parents pulled up in the car, and they live in another state. They were there to visit, and they got out of the car, and there was just so much love, welcoming energy there. And I really got teary-eyed for a moment, because I realized at that moment there's nobody in my life anymore that knew me as a child. When my neighbor went up to her mother and she said, "Oh, mama," and she gave her a big hug, I was like, oh my goodness, it helped me to realize how much I missed that. So can I bring my parents back? No, I can't. I mean, they passed some time ago. I can't bring them back, but can I open myself up to having that energy of, now that I'm a grandmother, can I be that person for somebody else? For my granddaughter, can I be that person for her? Somebody that knows her as a child, to bring that love back into our connections. So it's really beautiful energy there. Okay, so let's take a look at your ego, how your ego is going to try to prevent you from stepping into either expanding to new relationships or to reuniting. Okay, so see, you have the loyal heart and joyous fun, but you have the Three of Swords. Okay, so this energy of the Three of Swords is preventing you. Your ego is preventing you from having having fun in your relationships, because every time you may even meet new people or join new groups or even see family members or something, all you can think about is the pain that has occurred in relationships. So you're guarding yourself, right? You're protecting your own heart. You're seeing this as, something that really kind of really broke your heart. This is the broken heart card, right? Something that really broke your heart, something that was near and dear to you at one time, broke your heart, and you may feel this sense of rejection or abandonment. Now, the Lionsgate portal is helping you to move through that, to seeing that it's time to do some final healing on this, to open your heart up again to relationships, whether they're romantic, family, or friend. So let's see what we have here. Yes, I think for some time you may have been single or felt like you had to go your own way. You didn't belong to a group, especially if it's like a family situation. You may feel like you've been the one left out. But look at this. There's an expression of love, of understanding. I think part of it is understanding that whatever occurred, okay, and if it's an abusive relationship, of course you don't want to return to that. But there is an energy of understanding that while you were kind of out on your own, okay, dealing with any energies, any issues around abandonment or rejection, you learn to love yourself. And for some of you, you may have concentrated on your career or starting your own business or just learning to live life on your own, not being perhaps so dependent on other people, because this relationship that broke your heart could have been codependent. There could have been a lot of codependency issues in it. Perhaps, I don't have that card. I was going to say, I think it's something that you've been toying about, whether or not this situation could come back together, or trying to figure out what could have gone differently. There's this energy of knowing, okay, that this is a connection that you will like in your life, and yet at the same time, if it's really not going to happen, it's kind of like I have to then allow myself to open up to new relationships. Okay, so there's something here about understanding that while you were separated from a group of people, and even if you continue to be separated from them, okay, that it helped you to gain your own independence, to understand what it is that you truly want in a relationship, and perhaps to work to heal some of those issues of rejection, abandonment, and codependency. Really beautiful, because sometimes we have to understand that the separation period from either a person or a group of people helps us to do some inner work, right? Especially around perhaps your inner child. This could have been people that you have disconnected from that were part of your life as a child. I think that child energy is definitely coming in here. Understanding that whatever has occurred, actually, instead of focusing on what happened to you, it's about understanding how this happened for you. Looking at the blessings in the situation, rainbow blessings, right? Looking at the blessings, the healing, the sense of self-worth that you have gained because of this situation. And then because of that, you are aligning yourself to bringing in more blessings in your life, including relationships. Beautiful energy. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at how this affects you emotionally. This is, understanding that so far, new relationships coming in, new supportive connections, okay? It's been a little bit of a drudgery. You may have had, if you're not returning to this person or this group of people, that meeting new people has taken a long time. Emotionally, what you're seeing is that part of it is that you weren't truly aligned with meeting these new people, okay? And the reason is because you were still kind of toying on whether or not you wanted to reconnect to these past people. It's almost as if you have to, I think we we need to allow ourselves to have whatever happened come towards us, right? It's not about, but it is about kind of deciding, especially if this is a romantic partner, deciding that at this time, what is it that you're going to do? For some of you, you had been maybe hoping, secretly hoping, okay, that somebody was going to come back. Okay, this is where that revelation may come in, understanding, okay, that's not a person I want back in my life. And therefore, I have to close that door, right? And look towards finding new people with an open heart. Not kind of like my heart still wondering, is that other person coming back, or are we going to get back together? In other words, I think you're really seeing either you're closing that door or you're deciding, you're making this a big decision. Are you going to return, okay, to this person or group of people? Are you going to reach out? Are you going to offer a cup of love? Are you going to do this, or are you not? It's almost like this Lionsgate portal gives you that glimpse of what life could be like, whether you choose to stay in that relationship or wait for that situation or move forward. This helps you, okay, to move forward then towards what your heart truly desires. It helps you to see, okay, I have to close that door, or I need to put some more energy into that. Yeah, really kind of interesting. That's going to be different depending on what your situation is. This is a general reading. So I think the interesting thing here is that the revelation actually is about what it is that could be on your path if you allowed yourself to make the decision whether you are going to wait or you are going to move forward. Yeah, this is beautiful. I think you're turning your back. For a lot of you, you are turning your back on the pain, okay? Doesn't mean you have to turn your back on the person, right? You're turning your back on the pain and you're moving towards finding happiness, joy. The King of Cups is that emotional satisfaction, right? Understanding that at this time you are choosing to leave the pain. You're no longer going to stand in that energy of having that heartbreak energy around you. If nothing else, you're going to step into the energy of, okay, I'm looking for love. I'm opening my heart up to new people, new situations, or I am going to put time and energy into reaching out to somebody from the past. But you're making the decision. You're not playing both worlds. Yeah, that's really important. That really is important. Yes, something that you have been waiting for. For some of you, you could actually hear from this person, I'll have to say. But there's something that maybe you have been waiting for. And maybe at this Lionsgate, you're getting that revelation about how waiting, okay? If you've been waiting a really long time, it's kind of like, okay, it's time to close that door. It's time for me to go forward. And if it's, something where you get that revelation, where you understand that what you're in conflict with may not have been that big of a deal, or maybe you can't even remember what you argued about, it's kind of like, okay, maybe it's time for me to reach out. So let's take a look at a soul truth card for some final advice. And let's see what we have here. How does my body want to move today? When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? Yes. And I feel like, that's kind of interesting because at the very beginning, they kept using that gym type of analogy. It is about understanding that I feel like you've been stuck for a little bit, toying, going back and forth, that Two of Pentacles energy of going back and forth, Hangman energy, not being able to decide what it is, how you feel about this situation. It's understanding that with this Lionsgate portal, you're going to get that inspiration, that revelation about how you feel about this situation and how you want to move forward. And knowing that you have to also allow yourself to take action on that. It's not about sitting on the couch and hoping it's going to come to you. This Lionsgate portal is about taking action on what our heart truly desires, on what our destiny is, on who we are to be with, right? Understanding, okay, wait a minute, I have to take action on this. It is about committing yourself to this discovery that you are having, knowing that you are poised at this time to take action on it, no longer allowing the fears to prevent you from either moving forward to meeting new people or reconnecting to past people, or even both, right? Why do we leave it at either the new or the old? Just opening your heart to more joy and more people. Just, this sense of joyous fun, people that are loyal to you, understanding that it's time to take action on what your heart desires. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. I do appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.